everybody. My name's Harry James. Or as Toby Rowland would say, it's football time in Oklahoma! Well, not really. It's just time for the spring game. But it's still Sooner football. And the OU Sooner spring football preview show is right here and right now. And we'll bring it to you. We'll preview all the games for 2019, plus we'll preview the 2019 festivities and the pregame sets. But first, let's get to your Sooner Stumper. It is that this year's concert performer for the Sooner Spring Game is Lee Brice. He got a college football D1 scholarship from which Division I college football program? That's your question. Your hint, if you need one, it's that this team recently played both Oklahoma and transfer quarterback Jalen Hurts while Hurts was at Alabama. This team played them in recent years. Which team is it? All right, guys, let's go. Boomer Sooner. Welcome back to the show, everybody. My name's Harry James. Let's preview what's going on to happen 2019 session for the OU spring game to start. But before we get to any of that, let's do the Sooner Stumper, and it is this year's concert performance by Lee Brice. Of course, as we all know, but what you guys might not know is he got a Division I scholarship from one certain college football program. Helmet team. That team, Clemson and the Tigers. Lee Brice had a football scholarship as a Clemson Tiger, but was not listed on any active roster. But that's who he played for, got a scholarship to. Of course, Alabama has played Clemson most recently in Jalen Hurts' junior season. And, of course, Baker's sophomore year played OU. All right, that's that. So now the festivities that will be happening around Norman start early. Get your breakfast from Hurts Donuts and head on over to the spring sale that will be at McCaslin Fieldhouse. That starts at 7:30 a.m. If I were you, I would get there at 7:30 p.m. the night before. I did not have to do that. I got me one of these, by the way, when I went. Right there, that football helmet. Right there, I got Lincoln to sign it. Bob signed it before he retired. Blake Bell signed it. A lot of former Sooners have signed my helmet. But there is that going on. Also, just outside of McCaslin Fieldhouse, starting at 9 a.m. between the Owen Field and the McCaslin Fieldhouse, that open field, that's where the Sooner Fan Fest this season will be at least for the spring game. So the doors will open there at 9 a.m. Also at 9 a.m. in that Sooner Fan Fest will be a kids football skills challenge. You'll be able to compete for that. Winner will get a Sooner Junior card and get signed up for that for the best price that I've ever heard, free. So do that. Then at 12 o'clock, this is for everybody, and that's when the gates open to Owen Field. The gates will open then. Also at 12 a.m., 12 p.m., I'm sorry, not a.m., 12 p.m., inside of the stadium, Gate 7 is where you'll need to enter, and you can get a selfie with Kyler's Heisman Trophy. The official Heisman Trophy that will be right next door at the Switzer Center. Kyler's version will be there for pictures. Also, through Gate 7, you can enter to help call a play. And that is, of course, you help to call a play for Lincoln Riley. He'll draw your name out of a hat. Maybe the scooter. It probably won't be a visor because you can't really fit through a visor, but you never know. He's a magician. Maybe he can do that. Then, also at 12, from 12 to 1:30, you can enter as a punt catching contest. And you get to win a TV. But, however, this is for students only. And you could do that from 12:30 to 12 to 1:30 in Heisman Park. Also, for students only, from 12 p.m. to 1:30 p.m., a rock, paper, scissors contest. Winner will get to play C.D. Lamb for student tickets. You can enter for that chance also in Heisman Park. And then 1:30 for everybody. That is when the Lee Brice performance / concert will take place. And then at 3 o'clock, an hour and a half later, is when the spring game is supposedly supposed to kick off. So we'll get things started there at Owen Field for the 2019 spring game this Saturday coming up, April 13th, 2019. If you're not heading out to Norman, you can catch the game on Fox Sports Oklahoma at 3 o'clock. For you guys on the TV side, I believe it's going to be the face of the Sooners, Chad McKee, former Oklahoma Sooner, and now WWLS radio host and ESPN correspondent, color analyst, Dusty Dvoracek, and Soonersports.com, Soonersports.tv insider Jessica Cootie on the sidelines. Or you can listen to the radio broadcast. That's what I'm going to do. Toby Rowland will be on that, the play-by-play man for the Sooners. You can also hear him on Sports Talk 1400. He's also the play-by-play man for men's college basketball and men's baseball. Also, football-wise, Teddy Lehman will be the new color analyst. He will be in his second year of doing that. They will also have this color analyst special correspondent. That will be Coach Merv Johnson. And on the sidelines, Chris Plank from Sports Talk 1400. And also on the sidelines, giving you a player's perspective from the sidelines, the big Gabe Ikard giving his franchise tags. He's part of 107.7 The Franchise in Oklahoma City, 107.9 in Tulsa, and part of the Franchise Players. But the current Oklahoma Sooners are led out to the strong tunes of Lincoln Riley out of Muleshoe, Texas, in his third year in charge of the Oklahoma Sooners. He was a quarterback for Mike Leach in 2002 while at Texas Tech. Also was a student assistant after 1 year quarterback. Did the student assistant thing from 2003 to 2005. In 2 years in Norman, Lincoln has a 24-4 record. That is an 85.7% winning clip. 0-2 in bowl appearances and 0-2 in college football playoff appearances. But 2018 was not a bad year, even though they lost another playoff game, because they did win the Big 12 with a 12-2 record, 8-1 Big 12 record. They took advantage of the Big 12 championship rematch with their one loss, took advantage of it by beating the team that beat them in conference play. The Texas Longhorns got them when it mattered in the Big 12 championship game in Arlington, 39-27. Then a month later headed to the Orange Bowl for the college football playoff, where they eventually lost to Jalen Hurts' old team of the Alabama Crimson Tide, 45-34. the Oklahoma Sooners have 10 division titles through the Stoops and Riley era. Got the first one in 2000, went back in 02, 03, 04, 06, 07, 08, and 2010. Those were all Big 12 South Division championships before the conference became one conference. They then reinitialized or reactivated the Big 12 championship the last 2 years, and Oklahoma in 2017 and 2018 won the number 1 seed for the championship, qualifying there. Speaking of championships and Big 12 championships, how many blings do they have on this ring? 12. What about 2000, 02, 04, 06, 07, 08, 2010, 2012. Then 15, 16, 17, and 18. 4 straight. The only other team in major college football to get 4 straight, the Florida Gators, with Steve Spurrier and company. The 2019 season, if they're going to do it again, they're going to have to do it with another solid year from Jalen Hurts and company. And it starts before September for the first time in a while. Not much before December, just 1 day before September starts. Because August 31st, they will play the Houston Cougars from the American Conference. Of course, this is part of a home-and-home series where the Sooners lost to Tom Herman's version of Houston in Game 1 in Reliant Stadium, or formerly Reliant Stadium. They will finish the home-and-home in Norman for that. Speaking of home games, they will then play South Dakota on September 7th. South Dakota is out of the Missouri Valley Conference and is part of the FCS portion of college football. They then make the jump back to D1 football, where they will play at UCLA on September 14th. UCLA is out of the Pac-12, and they'll play them in the Rose Bowl. That will do it for non-conference. They will then enter conference play 2 weeks away. They will play on the 28th of September the Red Raiders of Texas Tech as they rumble into Norman. They will then head to, they will then head to Milesville, and Les Miles, that is, as on October the 5th, they will play at Memorial Stadium in Lawrence, Kansas, before the 12th of October, where they will play at the State Fair Park against Texas in Dallas. Then on the 19th, a week later, they will head home, finally, where they will face the West Virginia Mountaineers and their new head coach, before heading to another new coach from the FCS level, North Dakota State's new former head coach, and now the head coach at Kansas State. Will head into Manhattan for that one on the 26th of October from Bill Snyder Memorial Stadium at Kansas State. They will then head home to face November the 9th in a homecoming game. I would guess this will be homecoming against Iowa State in Norman. They will then head on November 16th at Baylor at McLean Stadium. They will then head on the 23rd of November. The final home game will be against the Horned Frogs of TCU in Norman. They will then head on the 30th of November to in-state rival Oklahoma State for that one. They will then, if they qualify for another Big 12 championship, that will be on December the 7th in Dallas Cowboys AT&T Stadium out in Arlington, if the chips fall that way. All right, guys. Should be another fun year of college football for the Sooners, with Jalen Hurts coming in Of course, our new line, that's going to be kind of a question. It'll be interesting to see how they kind of play through the year. But we'll have to find out how that happens all together. I'll do my Houston preview. That will start in a few weeks. But till then, you can catch this and all of my videos. And I'll do a review post game also for the spring game. Catch them all on my YouTube page, BoomerSooner1982. Also on my Facebook page, Harry James Taylor. And on my Twitter, @HypeManHarry. I also try to get a blog out every day for Oklahoma Sooner football or Sooner sports. That is also posted on my Facebook page, Harry James Taylor, and on my Twitter page, @HypeManHarry. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Like I said, it should be another fun year of college football. Hope to see you guys out there Saturday, loud and proud, to support the four-time Big 12 champion Oklahoma Sooners. Alright guys, peace out. Mad love, guys.